When Captain Victal of the Zarn Dominion scanned the battlefield, he dismissed the lone human figure standing amid the ruins. She wore no armor, carried no weapon, and her presence didn't register on any known military roster. His HUD flickered. Red for a moment, then cleared. Civilian, unarmed, irrelevant. He turned his focus back to the broken husks of Zarn soldiers, strewn across the dusty plains of Delta 94. Their elite forces had landed barely 2 hours ago, only to be shredded within minutes. The Dominion's most advanced exosuits hadn't stood a chance. What in the void did this? Muttered Victal. A subordinate stammered behind him. Captain ... that human ... look at her back. He zoomed in ... and froze. There it was etched. Like fire into her bare shoulder. A burned-in spiral of iron and bone, coiled like a predator. The Earthmark. His second-in-command whispered the words no Zarn dared speak aloud. Iron spiral, deathborn. The spiral wasn't a symbol. It was a sentence. Long before the Dominion's first contact with Earth, the mark had been born in secret given to those humans who fought not for orders or nations, but for vengeance, survival, or love burn. Too hot to control. The Earth governments never acknowledged them. No name, no rank, no service record. They operated in black zones, those places where no diplomat or general would tread. They were forged in firestorms, riots, plagues, and genocides. When the last soldier died, the spiral walked in. No one knew how one earned the mark. No one asked, and only 2 rules followed it. You never disrespected the spiral. If one walked onto your battlefield, you left. Or died. She stood still, breathing softly, surrounded by smoke and wreckage. Her skin was streaked with ash. Her eyes were hollow. Victal watched as 3 of his guards approached her, shouting orders in Zarn tongue. She didn't move. One fired a plasma round. She moved and the plasma bolt never reached her. It hung in the air, then twisted violently mid-air before reversing course and drilling into the shooter's own visor. He dropped, gurgling. The second soldier reached for his blade. Too late. Her hand shot forward, touched his helmet, and it imploded like it had been gripped by a singularity. The third didn't even scream. His head simply turned the wrong way, his spine snapping audibly in the still air. 3 kills in 3 seconds. No visible tech. No weapon. No motion blur. Just death. Victal took a trembling step backward. We must retreat, said his lieutenant. We can't retreat, Victal hissed. This is Earth's last outpost in this sector. We take this. We cut their warp relays. We crush their morale. The lieutenant pointed toward the human. She is morale. The captain's silence said it all. They deployed the drones next. 10,000 microfighters swarming through the ruins like metallic insects. She stood still then ... She opened her eyes. Both irises flickered with a violet spark and ancient frequency no Dominion AI had ever decrypted. A sound hummed in the air, too low for most to hear, but the drone swarm shuddered, paused and turned, not toward her. Toward each other, one by one, they exploded mid-air. A chain reaction of chaos. Later, Dominion records would confirm the incident lasted only 12 minutes. Within that span, a force of 340 Zarn soldiers, 10 combat walkers, and 12 AI-linked drone networks were eliminated. Casualties on Earth's side, 0 as the smoke cleared. She walked through the carnage slow, deliberate, like someone leaving. A confession booth. A single survivor among the Dominion crawled forward, bleeding from a missing arm, whispering in horror. Double quotes, WH- what ... are you? She stopped in front of him. I'm not anyone, she said softly. Not on your records. Not in your books. Not in your war. She turned, showing in the spiral again. I was forged in the war after the war, when the news crews go home, when the heroes die, when the light fades. That's where I live. He cried, and then she let him crawl away because the spiral only kills those who stand and fight. Those who run are already broken, somewhere deep within Earth Command's intelligence vaults. A red flag file quietly updated itself. Incident 719. Subject Ash engaged. Spiral confirmed active. Sector secure. Below it, in bold Earth Common, deploying Spiral requires no authorization. She is already deployed. The Zarn Dominion never attacked that sector again. No one ever saw the woman again either, but across 10 systems, whispers began across mercenary ships, smuggler dens, and soldier barracks. If you see the Spiral, turn around. Because she doesn't come to fight a war. She comes to end it.